Americans making $100,000 a year are more likely to be living paycheck to paycheck than Americans making $50,000 a year. So I did a deep dive as to why this is happening and what the ideal salary for happiness really is. And what I found changed my life. So if you've ever had this thought, if I just had a little bit more money, I'd be so much happier, this video is for you. We've all had that thought. If I had maybe 5 to 10 or 20 grand, it could change my life completely. So how could someone making multiple six figures be living paycheck to paycheck? 2 words: lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is when your spending increases while your income increases. That could mean that when you get that pay raise, you start going out to eat more, you start shopping at Whole Foods instead of Walmart, or maybe you buy a new car. But this change in your spending isn't so obvious, as it usually happens slowly over time, hence the creep. So why do so many of us suffer from lifestyle creep? Imagine you got a $10,000 raise at work. Would you let it sit in the bank, or would you put it towards things that could make your life better? Most of us are going to use it. After all, that is kind of the point of having money. So it's not something to be ashamed of. However, that $10,000 a year can disappear quickly. When you break it down over a year, that raise gives you an extra $27 a day. So anytime you do something small like order Uber Eats or take a vacation, you're outspending your new income. But it's not just small everyday expenses that are causing lifestyle creep. Financial wisdom suggests that your rent should be no more than 30% of your monthly pay, and the total cost of your car should stay within 35% of your salary. So let's say you make $50,000 a year. That means your rent would roughly be $1,250 a month and your car around $17,500. Now, let's say over the next few years, you double your income to $100,000. Now you could afford rent up to $2,500 and about $35,000 for your car. As your income increases, you're always going to have to make a choice on how much you want to upgrade your life. Do you upgrade to a luxury apartment or get a house? Or maybe you upgrade your car. See the problem? Instead of asking, what's the least I can spend to be comfortable? Most of us ask, what's the most I can get away with spending? And that mindset can lead to a financial disaster. According to a 2024 survey by the Federal Reserve, 14% of consumers said there was a chance they were going to miss making their minimum debt payments in the next 3 months. That's the largest share of people bracing for a delinquency since the COVID-19 pandemic began in April 2020. And sure, there are a lot of factors at play here, one being that the price of everything has gone up, and that is definitely a part of it. But the same survey found that the increase in debt payment anxiety was highest for people with annual household incomes of above $100K. This really surprised me. Why are these high earners so worried about their debt? Well, it's likely because of lifestyle creep and an expectation that they'll keep earning more and more. With all the layoffs lately, we know that's not the case. And if you want to learn the truth about different aspects of finances and how they affect us, give this video a like and subscribe for our upcoming videos. Back to the investigation. The Bureau of Economic Analysis has been tracking the U.S. personal savings rate since 1959. As you can see, the highest average amount saved was during COVID, which saw Americans saving 32% of their disposable income. However, since then, the personal savings rate has plummeted, with an average of just 3.8% of disposable income being saved in December of 2024. I know life has gotten expensive in general, but when you compare the savings rate to the 70s, 80s, and 90s, it's clear that our attitude towards saving and spending has shifted as a society, as well as the costs. You've likely seen this, but social media has made keeping up with the Joneses even worse for most Americans. Plus, we are bombarded with ads for literally everything on our phones. And even when we're stressed about money, buying something small from Amazon or TikTok Shop can give us a dopamine boost. I could totally use another water bottle and it's only 20 bucks. Sound familiar? No shame, because I'm with you. I'm gonna be honest real quick. I've always felt like I was behind because I see everyone earning more around me. But after this investigation, I do wanna see where I actually stack up compared to people in my age group. But that's for the next video, so subscribe. Regardless of income, we've fallen into a buy more, spend more trap. It makes us feel happy, but only temporarily. However, there is actually a salary that is scientifically proven to make us the happiest. According to USA Today, when researchers compared the cost of living and happiness levels across various US cities, they pinpointed the happiest salary at about $105,000, with variations ranging from $80,000 to $160,000, depending on where you live. And this lines up with a 2010 study that found that day-to-day happiness plateaued at an income of around $75,000, which is about $108,000 in today's terms when adjusted for inflation. Does this surprise you? It definitely surprised me. But another study came to a different conclusion. Economists at University of Virginia found that people's day-to-day happiness keeps rising with income. And for a majority, this upward trend continues even as salaries approach $500,000. That sure sounds nice. Regardless of your income, everyone has problems. While those of us with lower incomes often struggle to afford everyday necessities and support a family, those with higher salaries have high-stress jobs and face the relentless pressure to maintain an expensive lifestyle. Speaking of, if you ever consider refinancing your car, definitely watch this video first. Anyways, I know you can't compare struggling to put food on the table with paying for a Porsche, but there are ways to be happy and content with what you do have as you figure out the challenges of life. As long as you're doing your best to make responsible financial decisions and trying your best to grow your savings a little every month, don't feel ashamed to buy yourself something nice every now and then. The danger comes when you make this a habit and you fall into a trap of lifestyle creep. And don't be so focused on earning the perfect income, because it might not even make you happy if you keep spending the way you do. We all start from somewhere, and whether you're making minimum wage or one of the high income earners who still live paycheck to paycheck, true happiness comes not just from how much you earn, but from how you feel about your finances and other areas of your life not related to money. I know I don't need a study to tell you that being comfortable with your financial decisions without letting it define your self-worth is essential. We're all doing our best as we navigate this expensive, complex world. And of course, stuff happens. Our car can break down or we could lose our jobs. Just know that you are not alone, far from it. But for the love of God, do not get a payday loan. I'll cover how they trap you in debt in this video. And if you ever need cash in a pinch, CreditNinja's got your back. You can learn more about our fast loans in this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.